Hello everyone, welcome to Mission for Excellence. Today we will do tangential and normal velocities. Tangential and normal velocity. Tangential velocity means component of the velocity along the tangent of the curve. And normal velocity means the component of the velocity in the perpendicular to the tangent. So let us draw a curve along which the particle moves. And suppose its two positions are P and Q. At point P, the tangent is, this is tangent at this point P, which makes an angle psi with x-axis, and after some time its position is Q and tangent at Q is this one, making an angle psi plus delta psi with x-axis. Now this joint PQ, and let us take perpendicular here and we name it M. It is point P. Here we have written P. This is point P. And suppose this angle, the angle of this PQ and PM is, let us suppose this angle is theta. So now let us suppose the position is P at time t and position is Q at time t plus delta t, and the arc AP. Here we write the curve AB. So from A, the arc AP is S and arc AQ is S plus delta S after time delta t. So the change in length, change in arc length, that is from P to Q. So the arc PQ is equal to delta S. So this is the displacement along the arc. So now let us draw this perpendicular here from Q to M. So when Q tends to P, means when we are at the initial position, then theta tends to 0. So this is our condition. So now let us define here tangential velocity. Tangential velocity at P. So this is equal to displacement along the tangent, at point P in time delta t. Displacement upon time delta t. And here we write limit delta t tends to 0. So this is the definition of tangential velocity. So now we write it as limit delta t tends to 0 PM. This is the displacement along the tangent PM upon delta t. So now let us, this PM is nothing but the coefficient of this PQ. PQ is the chord. So it is the component of PQ in the direction of tangent. So this we write as limit delta t tends to 0. This chord PQ into cos theta divided by delta t. Just like as if we take a vector A and this angle is theta, then component of this vector in this direction is A cos theta. So in this way we take chord PQ cos theta delta t. So now let us multiply and divide it by arc. So limit delta t tends to 0 chord PQ by arc PQ. Chord PQ by arc PQ into arc PQ cos theta as it is by delta t. Now when delta t tends to 0, this chord will become equal to arc. So this is the chord PQ and this is the arc PQ. So when delta t tends to 0, these 2 points are same, then arc and chord will be same. So this quantity will give you 1. This will give you 1. And when theta tends to 0, the cos 0 will also give you 1. This is 1 and this is 1. So we are left with this arc PQ. Arc PQ is nothing but this delta S. So let us take all these values. So this will be equal to limit delta t tends to 0, 1 into delta S by delta t into 1. And when you put the limit, it will become ds by dt. So this is the tangential velocity. ds by dt is the tangential velocity. So now let us do normal velocity. So the normal velocity is let us take normal velocity limit delta t tends to 0 displacement along the normal at point P in time delta t divided by delta t. So this will be equal to limit delta t tends to 0, as in the previous case we have taken here chord PQ cos theta. So here we take chord PQ sin theta. So this is the displacement along the tangent. So this will be QM by delta t. So the QM we can take limit delta t tends to 0 chord PQ into sin theta divided by delta t. And when delta t tends to 0, this sin theta will become 0. Because when theta is 0, then sin theta will give you 0. So this chord into 0 will give you 0. So that's why the normal velocity is always 0. So the normal velocity is always 0. Now we will do tangential and normal acceleration. Tangential and normal acceleration. Again for this, let us take a curve and P and Q are the same two positions. At P the tangent is suppose this one, making an angle psi with x-axis, and at point Q the tangent is this, making angle psi plus delta psi with x-axis. As these two are tangents and both these make angle this psi plus this makes with angle psi with x-axis, so this also makes with angle, this is the change in angle, that is delta psi. So now this we call point P, this is point Q. Here we take the normal of the P, normal N in this direction, and the curve is A to B. So now we write here the similar at time, at particle is at point P when time is t, and at Q when time is t plus delta t. And as in the previous case we have discussed, AP is S and AQ is S plus delta S. That's why arc PQ is delta S. So now tangential velocity we have taken. Tangential velocity we have calculated nu as delta s by delta t, or you can say ds by dt. So now tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration is limit delta t tends to 0, change in velocity. Now we write here change in velocity. As we all know, the acceleration is equal to change in velocity. So change in velocity along the tangent, in time delta t, divided by delta t. So now let us take the final velocity and initial velocity. So let the initial velocity at point P the particle is moving with is v, and the final velocity is v plus delta v. So the final velocity is v plus delta v. Its component along this direction will be v plus delta v cos delta psi. So let us take here limit delta t tends to 0, v plus delta v cos delta psi minus initial component is v divided by delta t. So when limit delta t tends to 0, v plus delta v, let us expand this cos. So expansion for cos theta's expansion, cos theta is theta minus 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial plus theta raised to power 4 by 4 factorial minus theta 6 by 6 factorial and so on. This is the expansion for cos. So we will use this expansion for this cos delta psi. So now let us take this expansion here. 1 minus delta psi square by 2 factorial plus and so on, and here we have minus v by delta t. Since delta psi is the change in angle and it is very small, so this delta psi square is taken as a very small quantity, negligible quantity, so we will neglect it. So we will neglect these terms, neglect this and higher order terms. So we will neglect these terms. So we will get now v plus delta v, limit delta t tends to 0. We get here v plus delta v. Here we have minus v by delta t. This v is cancelled. Delta v by delta t is dv by dt. This is equal to dv by dt. And now v we have calculated. V is ds by dt. Here we take limit delta t tends to 0, or this is equal to ds by dt. So now let us take this v velocity, tangential velocity, as d by dt into ds by dt. So this ds by dt, this is second derivative. So this is the tangential acceleration, d2s by dt square. This is the tangential acceleration. From this also we have this tangential acceleration dv by dt as, if we multiply and divide by ds, then this will become ds by dt is again v. So we get v dv by ds. So this is another expression. So we write here the tangential acceleration as, suppose if we denote the tangential acceleration as d2s by dt square, or we can say v dv by ds. So these two are expressions for tangential acceleration. So now let us do normal acceleration. Normal acceleration. So let us write here the velocity, change in velocity along the normal. This will be equal to change in velocity along the normal divided by delta t, and here we take limit delta t tends to 0. So now change in velocity, as in the previous case we have taken v plus delta v cos delta psi. Here we take sine delta psi, and minus the initial component. We have proved earlier that there is no normal velocity, so we take here 0 delta t, limit delta t tends to 0. So now we will use the expression for sine. Sine theta, we know theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial, theta phi by 5 factorial, and so on. So we will use this expression here for the delta phi. So delta psi. So let us use this expression for delta psi. We get limit delta t tends to 0, v plus delta v delta psi cube by 3 factorial up to infinity divided by delta t. And we know the delta psi is small, therefore we ignore the higher power terms. So we ignore these terms, cube and 5 and all. So we ignore all these values. So we are left with this delta psi only. So let us take here limit delta t tends to 0, v delta psi by delta t. Because it is delta v and it is delta psi, so when you multiply these two terms, this delta becomes 2 times smaller. So we will ignore this term also, this product term. We will take only this v and delta psi. So we get v delta psi by delta t. So now if you put the limit here, we get v d psi by dt. So when you multiply or divide it by ds, then we will write one more expression. Normal acceleration, v d psi by dt we have. So when you multiply or divide by ds, then this ds by dt will become velocity. So this we will have v, and ds by d psi we have rho, that is the radius of curvature. So we have this 1 by rho. So 1 by rho into v. So this will become v square by rho, where rho is radius of curvature. Where rho is radius of curvature. So this is the expression for normal acceleration. Hope you liked the video. If you have not still subscribed, then please subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon.